with the flow.
Can't forget about Coach Bergen. Of course. And if you don't got Coach Bergen, you ain't got shit.
What's up, Coach Bergen here, and we are live with the Coach Bergen Show, episode 33. Today's guest is Rain Wells. There we go. How's it going?
Pretty good.
Well, we're talking at the same time, so we're like overlapping each other.
Yeah.
All right, cool. So you said you're out of Iowa?
I live in Iowa now. Yeah, I've lived here since November of last year.
Okay. All
Yeah.
right. Where are you from before that?
I am born and raised in Mount Vernon, Washington State. And most recently, I lived in Texas, in Trinidad. I lived in Corsicana. I owned a restaurant in Trinidad, Texas.
Oh, okay. Nice. Nice. What kind of restaurant?
It was just like burgers and things, tenderloin sandwiches. We did pizza, but it was like we made the crust and everything. So it
Okay.
was a
Also
little
scratch.
bit. It was more involved than just pizza. But
Gotcha.
yeah, it was.
Awesome.
We did locally sourced beef and all that good stuff. So.
Okay, cool. So you went the right way with it and, tried to make it as healthy as possible, it sounds like.
Yeah. People liked it.
Cool. Awesome. All right. So let's get into your fighting career.
Sure.
So do you also do BKFC or are you MMA?
No, I did MMA for a while and then I transitioned to BKFC. I did I fought 3 times for them, and now they're at the point with me where they're like, hey, we know we fed you to the wolves, but we need you to get a win somewhere else before we can have you back. They're trying to lower the age limit of the average fighter in BKFC, and I'm 43. So yeah, basically the announcer for BKFC, Sean Wheelock, he actually got me a bare knuckle fight in Kansas City for March, and the plan is go win that fight and then make a comeback over there, get a couple more, hopefully, depending
Okay.
on how the Kansas City fight goes, obviously. But
Right. And that's in March?
yeah.
Awesome. Cool. So what do you prefer to do, BKFC or MMA?
I love bare knuckle.
Bare
I just,
knuckle?
I didn't. A lot of these guys, in this day and age, they're training jiu-jitsu from like 5 years old. They're wrestling all through high school. They're taking boxing. They're true to life martial artists. I thought I was pretty tough. I did some prison time, and I was like, man, I'm pretty tough. And I walked into an MMA gym and realized that I was wrong. So I just hit it after that. But I started doing it at 34 years old. So I started late. I started old, and then tried to just train and make something of it. Now I train a lot of people. I participate in people's camps. I corner guys. I'm working with a management company. I have a website called sponsorfighters.com. And I work for Fight Wax, obviously, which is a skin defense system and is the newest thing about to be on the market here shortly. It's pretty dope.
All right, cool. Awesome. So, let's get into your first fight. How did that go? And either BKF, either bare knuckle or MMA, whichever one you
Sure.
want to.
Sure. When I started training MMA, I walked into the gym and said, I want to fight. And the coach said, okay, yeah, sure. So does every other guy that walks in here. And so if you come every day that we're open for 30 days, I'll get you a fight. And it was live wire MMA, and it was in Burlington, Washington at the time. Now it's in Cedar Woolley, but it was Matt Coble, live wire. And he said, come in, but first let's see where you're at. And had me, go rounds with this guy. I just got beat the shit out of. Uh, but he got me the fight. I fought a guy named Patrick Turner, who is always asking me for a rematch ever since because I won. Uh, and he opened an MMA gym and has been doing MMA the entire time since. So 10 years. And, he doesn't want to live with that loss on his record, I guess. But, yeah, it went all 3 rounds, last 10 seconds, caught dude with an uppercut, sent him to the mat like Jesus Christ. So,
Nice.
yeah, it was awesome. It was a great experience.
Awesome. And that was your first fight that you
That was
had?
my first MMA fight. My first bare knuckle fight. I had never saw bare knuckle. Like I scrolled through clips of it, but I never watched any of it. I got a phone call after a pro MMA fight in Kansas City also, and a guy was like, "Hey, do you want to do bare knuckle?" And I was like, "Sure." Well, actually, I was like, "What's it pay?" And he was like, "We'll give you $4,000 for this one." And I'm like, "Yes."
Nice.
So, yeah, like triple what MMA fights pay. So
Oh, yeah.
I rode out there, and the guy's name was Angel Hernandez that I fought. And when they announced us, they were like, he has 2 pro MMA fights and amateur kickboxing and this and that. And then they get to the guy, and they're like, 44 pro boxing, 26 by way of knockout, and he's
A lot.
hometown guy. Yeah, I got knocked out. First time in my life I was knocked unconscious. So
Oh, wow.
I woke right up, but yeah, it was definitely, and the dude was talking so much shit before the fight, and I was unfazed by it, but I probably should have been listening a little bit more.
Mm,
Yeah.
wow. So that's kind of
Yeah.
an uneven matchup that they set up then, because yeah, it sounds like he had a lot more
Yeah.
experience with that style. Not even if it's not bare knuckle, still boxing and kickboxing is still very very like more
Yeah.
applicable than just straight up MMA would be.
Yeah,
Um,
absolutely.
so, huh? Okay. So that really
They
wasn't a good way to start it off, but at least you got paid, right?
Yeah. Well, they do that too. They'll if you agree to it, they'll give you to whoever they got in the wings. And the second guy was a Russian guy from Kazakhstan, and he gave me the old. He didn't speak English, so when they said break apart, he scratched the top and the bottom of my eye with his thumbnail. And
Ooh.
then the third guy was that guy is super middleweight champion for his country in boxing. The second guy I fought, and then the third guy was Johnny Cannoli. He's fighting Knucklemania. Every guy has been undefeated at least in bare knuckle and still are. So whatever. But they did this thing to me where they said, "Hey, BKFC, hey, we appreciate you taking this short notice fight up 2 weight classes. Thank you. We really appreciate it." And then as soon as the fight's over, then they say, "Oh, but man, you got 3 in a row losses, so we're not going to be able to use you."
Mm.
But
Yeah. So it's almost like why take the short notice fight then?
yeah, really, if you
No.
like, I obviously didn't have a whole lot of longevity anyway because I'm old, but yeah, if you're a younger guy, I would say be a little bit cautious about the fights that you take if you plan on doing it for a while because athletic commissions are getting to the point all over the United States. Some of them are still pretty lenient, but they're starting to change to the point where if you have a few knockouts in a row, they're either not going to sanction you to fight or they're going to make you jump through so many hoops medically it might not be worth it. So I would say pick your battles would be
Mm.
the common wisdom that I could drop.
Okay.
Make sure you're getting some fights you have a chance at winning.
Right, right. Instead of being outmatched and, having people with way more experience and yeah, for sure. All
Yep.
right. So has BKFC been good of an experience overall, or
Yeah, I
yeah,
love it. I mean, really, like it's a promotion. Like I go take fighters to the fights. I'm in the corner a lot. Uh, I sign guys up. So, yeah, no, it's definitely probably the best I've been treated as far as the promotion itself and the experience. They take care of you. They regard you as the first time they see you, they're like, "Oh, it's nice to meet you." But the second time they see you, they're like, "It's good to see you." And then the third time that they see you, they're like, a handshake and a hug, and they're really glad to see you, and they know that you're more involved than just a guy coming to try it out. So they they do take care of you, and I mean, they're making shit tons of money, but at
right,
the end of at the end of the day, they could be dicks too and not give a fuck about you, and that's not the case. So
right, for sure. Um, all right. So then, what was it? What was it like after that third fight, after that knockout? Do you still feel optimistic about coming back? I mean, it seems kind of like you were, but what was going through your head?
man, I gave up early on that fight. I really did. I probably could have got up quicker and got the count. Would dude have won? Fucking probably. He's a phenomenal boxer. It was up 2 weight classes. Uh, I just took it for granted. I assumed that I would just get another fight, and that's not always the case. So, um, yeah, absolutely optimistic. I've been training nothing but boxing since, which uh, lately I've slacked a little bit on my training, but now that I got an actual date for a bare knuckle fight, I'm getting more steady back in I'm actually going to the gym after this. Uh, but yeah, no, it was definitely a little bit. What's going through my mind was, man, I need to stay at the lower weight class. Uh, dude wasn't too much bigger than me, but it was noticeable to me. And I felt the most prepared for a fight for that one. And it was just a weak mental block. So I had it in my head that I was going to lose before I got there, that sort of thing. And then so BKFC has 2 rings. They have a big ring and a small ring. And the small ring, if you're in center and you take 3 steps backwards, you'll be against the ropes.
Oh,
So
okay. So you
my
don't have
plan
very
was,
much room at all to move or walk or create any distance or
mm-mm.
yeah,
My plan
damn.
was to move around. I had only fought in the big ring. So I'm like,
Right.
okay, I'll keep dude at range. And they're like, don't chase him, make him make the mistake. So I I was gonna do that. I got in, it was the small ring. So when I showed up already, all these fucking things are going through my head like, fuck, it's just this is not gonna work for my plan. I have to change what I'm doing. And I got in there and it seemed fine in size and they told me don't chase him, but I did, obviously. Uh, I probably could have lasted a lot longer, but yeah, I was a little bit discouraged after that. When I got the first no, when my manager sent my name and they were like, we're not gonna be able to use them, I kind of got discouraged, but I was like, you know what? Fuck it. And then a short while later, Dirty Boxing reached out to me. I don't even know how they got my fucking phone number, but the guy messaged me directly on my number and said, hey, this is the matchmaker for Dirty Boxing. We'd like to match you up against Derek Brunson.
Okay, so that's the one in March?
No, Derek
No.
Brunson. Derek Brunson fought Yoel Romero in the UFC.
Oh
So
shit. Okay.
so
I knew the
they
name
want
sounded familiar. I didn't know why.
they
Okay.
wanted me to fight him at 205, and I said yes.
Oh
I
wow.
said I said yes, and but then I said, "What's the money?"
Mm.
and there was a little bit of negotiation, and my number was too high and theirs was too low, and it just didn't happen. But the guy I'm fighting in Kansas City he's 0-0. He's never fought bare knuckle. He doesn't have a big record anywhere else, but he trains. He's training. He's not to be taken lightly, but it's a fight they think I can win. The guy wants to experience it, so I'd be glad to welcome him. And then obviously they're going to use it as a stepping stone to allow me to come back. So it's one of those things. Like I said, they take care of you, you know. And Sean Wheelock, the announcer for BKFC, is the one that basically put it all together for me. He just announced. He was one of the announcers at the Jake Paul fight. So
Okay.
he's a he's such a he's a world class dude. Him, the announcer Jeff Houston. Jeff Houston did a little promo video for Fight Wax for me just because I asked him to. Didn't care if he was going to get in trouble for it or whatever.
Nice.
Pretty fucking awesome. But,
Awesome. So let's get into what is Fight Wax. Tell me about that.
All right. I'm going to try not to mess this up. Typically, I've made, so I work for them, but I've made posts and they've been like, no, don't say that. So basically, about 90% of the products that we put on baby's skin have something in them that is petroleum based.
Right.
Petroleum is bad. We don't
That
want to
goes
put.
into oil, right?
Yeah, we don't want to put petroleum on our skin.
No.
Synthetics, parabens, these are all things that we shouldn't be putting on our skin, let alone our baby's skins.
Right.
So Fight Wax is an all natural, 100% natural alternative to petroleum products. It is a skincare defense system. It's just something you can put on for cuts, black eyes, psoriasis, eczema. It's organic. It pretty much, treats anything that ails your skin. The guy who invented it, Buddy is his name. They're a Canadian-based company. He actually he put this comparison out there for me. He said, lately, uh, consumers, it's consumer driven, and consumers have decided that they don't want to consume petroleum based dyes. So Doritos, for instance, got away from it. And, we're not talking about chips, but what we're talking about is what we're putting in our bodies and on our skin.
Right.
And,
Because the skin absorbs things and people don't
mhm,
realize that. So like
yeah,
suntan lotion or anything that you put on your skin is going to get absorbed.
yeah.
And
And
I've even heard the skin referred to as like the third kidney.
yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. And if you take some of your skincare products, whatever they are, Fight Wax isn't just for fights. We're trying to make sure people know it's a skin defense system. It's comparable to Vaseline and triple antibiotic mixed together. Not to ride on those names or whatever, it's but it's organic. It obviously it's green, right? So it's
Okay.
odorless. Yeah, I mean it's just I put it on my kids. So if that doesn't tell you something, nothing will.
Right, right,
When
right.
they get a cut, when they get something wrong with them, I'll slide some Fight Wax on them, and it heals up pretty quick. So, but yeah, alternative to Vaseline, people put it on before fights, so that the punches slip. But in addition to that, it's a healing uh, salve.
Okay.
I thought Fight Wax would be mainly for fighters, but I use it on my kids whenever they get a scrape, and it's far better than the petroleum-based products I'd otherwise use.
Awesome.
Yeah,
So let's get back to BKFC. That
yeah,
is Conor McGregor is a co-owner of it, right?
yes.
Okay. Have you gotten to meet him yet?
Yeah, real briefly. He was ringside at a fight where I fought. So
Okay.
but he's a mega star. You know, he was yelling. I couldn't understand a word he was saying one time. Uh, you know, he's very animated. He's very Irish. He's amped up, you know, for lack
Mm.
of better words.
Right,
So
right.
he's high energy, man, and he's passionate about everything he does. You know, he's a cool dude. I've always been a fan of his. You know, since the beginning of martial arts, since before I ever started doing martial arts, I was like, wow. And it wasn't just like the martial arts. Of course, you love the showboating during his fights and some of the funny ass shit that he says, kind of like Mike Perry, who I don't really particularly care for Mike Perry because he was ringside when I got knocked out and celebrated, you know, but kind of like him, he's just a funny dude. Um, but I cared more about his business acumen. That was what struck me, you know, being in business and wanting to get more involved in business myself. I just saw him just build this out of nothing. And then when he sold, you know, Proper 12 and got all that money, it's like then automatically no rest launches Forged Irish Stout. You know, just man,
Yeah.
levels. There's levels
Constantly
to
building.
business.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's a doer. He's a doer for
Uh-huh.
sure.
Yeah.
Most people are just consumers and just kind of wait and watch and see other people do things, but they don't do it themselves.
Well, you know, Dave Feldman, he received so much criticism. You know, I got that big portrait of him and Connor on my back. Have you
Okay.
ever seen? So that's when they like solidified the deal for him to be involved with BKFC. But but Dave Feldman got so much criticism because he, you know, the guy mortgaged his house 3 times to keep BKFC going. There's this big story about him, but he gave away equity instead of money because he couldn't afford to give away money, you know, and be cash poor and be trying to get this brand moving. So he gave away equity and he's always getting criticized. I don't know what he gave Connor, what equity amount he gave him for Connor to be involved. It was probably majority, you know, but even if Dave still only owns 10% of it, you know, even if he's an employee for the company and he's just getting a little bit of the money, it's a whole lot more than he would have made without giving that equity away.
Oh
Maybe the
yeah.
early equity might not have been the right decision, but who am I to judge, right? That equity to Connor, though, that skyrocket, that the connection skyrocket BKFC out of the atmosphere, and it's never coming down. I mean, they geographically absorbed combat sports. You know, one BKFC tryout and one event at a time. You know, now all the guys that are young that might not have done bare knuckle until they were in their 30s and retiring and trying to find a paycheck are now 20 and going, that's the baddest shit that there is out there, and I want to do that, you know, and they're guys that might have been in the UFC, but now they're like, fuck that. We're doing bare knuckle. We're gonna get on this man shit, you know. So
Right. Okay. So were you with BKFC before Connor had joined or no?
right before
Right before. Okay.
I fought OCC Roadhouse, and it was when Roadhouse the movie had come out,
Oh
and then
nice.
shortly thereafter they made the deal, and right after that I fought my second fight.
Okay. So, did you notice any changes in the organization or how it was run in between fight one and fight two, with Connor
Uh,
being involved in that?
Not a lot, but it was definitely the promotion because they were starting to like they made a deal with Dazen Network,
Okay.
and Connor and Dave had come back to the back, and Dave gave this speech about how important it was that the show was good because of these new sponsorships and everything, and so. I would say yes on a promotional front, but no on an organizational level because you know they were still disorganized. No,
Okay.
but no, like there's people that are in the organization. And just to name a few, we got Nate Shook, who's the matchmaker, and we got Kevin Smith. He owns Smith Brothers, and he's one of the dudes that's out there. And then we got Sean Wheelock and Chris Lytle, and
Okay, I know the name Chris Lytle. Yeah,
Ryan and Andy
the
Hall.
Ultimate
These
Fighter,
two,
right?
yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely. He's
one of
one
the
of the
original.
announcers, and
Okay,
he puts it together. So these
nice.
guys, these 6, 8 guys, Rick, and there's a couple other dudes. They they are the organizational front, and they're still doing it the same that they did before, that they did after. We all get better at the things that we do as time goes on. So of course, and they probably receive direction to do things a little bit differently, but no big changes on the organizational front.
Okay, gotcha. So what do you see for the future of BKFC?
Bro, I think they're working out what shows are important and what shows are not, based upon uh, asses in seats. I think, to be honest with you, they will follow the path of UFC in terms of networks. I don't know that they'll be with the ones, or be using the app
Mm,
for the broadcast as they have before. I love that they show a few fights free on YouTube. That is like a such a good marketing technique. I would say they probably get the rest of the states to legalize one at a time over the next year or two, and probably host shows in at least like 20 states, and then weed out the rest. I mean, they don't need to do a show, let's say in Missouri, if they're doing one in Iowa, and
right.
the surrounding. If there's a hub right there, like we're 5 hours from Chicago where I'm at, do they really need to do a show here? No, they probably will, and then they will probably find a hub that's nearby, and all of the surrounding areas will draw to this one, whatever is the most popular. I would say that they expand, uh, and then retract, and
Okay.
make more partnerships. I think they're doing a good job lowering the average age, even though it's kind of hurting me a little bit. I'm all right with it.
Mm,
And then and just get, this next generation of dudes that are fucking badass, and they're beating each other's face in for sport.
yeah.
I don't know.
So
I like it.
what age were you when you went pro?
Um, 39.
39. Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha. All
I
right.
I didn't I didn't even intend to. I just got a phone call. Hey, do you want to fight a short notice MMA fight in Houston? You know,
Nice.
I was like, yes.
Okay. Cool. And so that was your MMA debut.
Yeah.
Okay. Your pro debut, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pro debut. Yeah.
Okay. Awesome.
Yeah.
Um, so what has been your favorite fight you've had so far?
Man, I would say I really liked my second BKFC fight against, I'm not gonna murder his name, so I'm not even gonna try. He's that dude from Kazakhstan though.
Okay.
His
Got
name is Jumanov. There's a poster up and back there. Uh,
got it.
Jumanov, he did poke my eye, man. But other than that, we were hitting each other pretty good in the clinch, and that was the fight where Connor was there. And
Okay.
after the fight, I had two black eyes. I was, cut open, and they told us don't go out into the crowd in your boxing shorts and shoes, and I did anyway. And I was out there in the crowd after. I think I was the first or second fight of the night, and I'm
Uh-huh.
out there in the crowd and all my shit with my wrap still on my hands, and people are buying me beers, and we're just watching the fights, and the crowd was just like, oh, and we want you to stay with us, so
Yeah.
that was. I did a lot of interviews out there. Only in Dade County did one with me, and a couple other places, but I think it was the Hollywood Hard Rock, so that also made a difference. It was a big fucking event, and it was so cool, and the people, everybody was so great, man. So that was my favorite one.
Okay. So obviously, the difference with boxing and bare knuckle is the gloves, but what other differences do you notice?
Man, there are so many, and having me in your corner, uh, if you can ask the guys who have had me in their corner, is an advantage, just like it would be with anybody that's had a few bare knuckle fights. But man, it's like if you're coming out here
Hmm.
and another guy's coming here,
Right.
you're gonna get beat to the punch. I'm not saying you're gonna lose, but it's more of a tight thing. It's not boxing. It's
Okay.
not everybody, because you can catch and release wrists. You can put
Oh,
that
okay.
tie clinch on there, and grind in. Uh,
Okay, so you can
there's
clinch too.
You can clinch as long as you're free. You have one free hand and it's actively punching,
Oh,
and you
okay.
can you can get an underhook to the body. Same thing as long as you're working. Uh,
Huh.
yeah, so that would be the main thing is straight hard punches, and also, man, it's just like a real fight. Most of the time, the guy who gets off first in any one little skirmish is going to win that little interaction. So if if they say fight, and I take that first step in and land that first jab to your face, chances are I'm going to finish that flurry up. You might land some shots, but if I'm in here and I'm coming, you're gonna eat those straight punches, and if you get cut, the fight could end. In bare knuckle, they are a lot more. They stop fights for cuts more than they do in MMA or boxing. They'll stop a fight, you're cut open and bleeding in your eye. And you get cut a lot easier, man. Knuckles are so much more unforgiving. People don't realize till they get in there in this organized sport where knuckles are hitting your face that it's different. So that would be the difference, man. Just the straight punches would be the main observation I would make.
Okay. And I imagine that a big part of that is the fact that you don't have as much space. Like
Yes.
you have like the three steps you're saying.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the space from the gloves. If you really think about that's why you seen when I
Yeah.
threw those punches, I was throwing like this because if you have boxing gloves, you got this much of your shit is protected, so you can have your hands out here, and you're still
Right.
probably not going to be able to get hit in the face. But
Because you're so
but with
guarded.
with
Yeah.
bare fist, that guard is a lot easier to slip
Get
through and
through.
penetrate, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Huh. Because that's got to be like easily an inch of thickness on each glove, you know?
yeah.
So that's 2 inches more protecting your face.
2 inches
And
more protecting your face, and then 2 inches more on each side of an inch more on each side of their fist that
yeah,
isn't able to slip through.
yeah,
So,
yeah.
yeah,
Huh. So that makes a huge difference then.
huge
Makes a
difference.
huge difference, especially because of the fact, like you were saying, you can clinch and you can underhook as long as you're actively working. And in
Catch and
boxing,
release
as
the
far as
wrist.
I know, you can't really do that. You're not
Yeah.
supposed to clinch.
No, they'll
People
break
still
it up
do
pretty
it, but they
well.
break it up. Yeah.
Yeah,
Um.
boxing. If you're working with one hand, they'll let you work.
Okay.
You know, but if one guy's tied up, they break it. But that's not really, you can hold on for dear life in BKFC, but if one guy's still striking with one hand, they're letting you keep punching.
Mm,
Hold on if
okay.
you want to. You're going to be holding on to your fucking face.
Nice. Cool. All right. Um. Did we do what was your favorite fight so far?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. You
Okay.
got me.
All right. Cool. What is your dream fight?
I don't. So you've heard of guys paying for boxing records?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm just I'm more of a real dude than all that. I would have said, a fight I can win would be my favorite regardless, but it's not really the case. I want a competitive fight, and the bigger the name, the better. I mean, it just at this point right here, it's not like I'm gonna go on a big tear and fucking become a champion somewhere. I would like to fight. There's a couple assholes I'd like to fight.
Okay.
I'm not gonna give them any credit by saying their name. Fuck them. Uh, but like, I definitely, if I could cut down the weight, I'd like to beat Jack Shady Grady's ass. He's just annoying as fuck to me, but I definitely like him. I just don't also.
Okay.
Um,
He sounds shady.
yeah, he's a little shithead. He weighs as much as one of my legs. Um, but I would say I'd like to fight Johnny Cannoli again.
Okay.
That'd
Johnny
be my,
Cannoli.
I never will get to.
Mm.
But yeah, I definitely would. That'd be my thing. If I could scrape up a couple wins and then come back, he fucking smacked a cannoli on my stomach. I didn't think too much of it then, but looking back, I'm like, man, I might have had a little bit more of a chance if I had trained more and got the weight up properly instead of just kind of packing on a few extra pounds to fight him.
Yeah.
But he's a cool dude too. He works hard at the sport, man, and he's on the upswing. So. Uh, anyone real popular would be cool. I'm a slut for the fame.
Okay. All right. All right. So you could in theory fight Connor, or
Bro,
different
that
weight
check would
classes, but
I'd do that for free just for the fame, but the check would be so nice. So I
oh
mean,
yeah.
yeah, for sure. But
Yeah.
he's a murderer too. A lot of people undercut his striking is good as fuck, dude.
Oh yeah, I imagine. I mean,
Yeah,
Jose Aldo, he knocked him out in like 14 seconds, and he predicted what was going to happen too.
yeah,
So I get it. His striking is definitely the next level, and
yeah.
he's one of a kind. But at the same time, aren't you a couple weight classes above him still? What weight?
Dude,
What weight do you fight at?
I fought 55 last
Oh,
year,
oh, okay,
but
gotcha. So you're about
I
his weight then. Yeah,
I was going up. I wanted to fight heavyweight one time. So I got up to about 205 and then
yeah.
I couldn't gain any more weight. And then I wasn't getting any fight offers that made sense. So I'm like, fuck it, I'm going back down. So I'm fighting 175 in March.
Okay,
I
gotcha.
fought
Okay,
55, 65, 75 in BKFC.
55, 65, 75.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool. So their weight classes are different than MMA then, if it's every 10 pounds, it sounds like.
Yeah. It's every 10 pounds till you get to 85, and then it goes from 85 to 205.
Okay,
Uh, and then 225 is heavyweight up until you get to 260, and then it's super heavyweight or whatever.
okay,
Yeah.
gotcha. Huh. That's still quite a jump though. Like to go 20 pounds and then 25, 20 pounds and then another like 40 pounds for
Yeah.
super heavyweight. And
Yeah.
I guess it's like not as big of a difference once you're that size, like percentage wise, but
I
even
don't know,
still,
dude. I mean,
40 pounds is 40 pounds.
there's heavyweights that are competing around 225, 230, and then like my guy that's fighting at Mohegan Sun, Juan Figueroa, he's short. He's like 5'8", but he is 260. And so he
Okay.
has to make sure he's at weight. And I'm like, you're heavyweight. He's like, yeah, but I can't be above 265 or some shit. And I'm like, oh, okay. So he's like eating a salad every once in a while, talking about he's dieting. No disrespect, Juan. I don't want no problems.
That's crazy though that like having to cut to heavyweight or at least like, be aware to your weight to make that weight limit.
Yeah,
Um, So wait, but that's heavyweight, and they're still super heavyweight. You said right?
yeah,
Okay, so that would be above 265.
yeah.
Holy shit. Okay, so that one has no weight limit.
Those guys are monsters.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. Gotcha. Wow. That's incredible.
Yeah, those guys
All
are
right.
monsters.
So, do you have anything else you want to share with the audience about your experience or anything upcoming or?
Sure. Sponsorfighters.com. I created this website.
Tell me
It's
about that.
going it's going on in the background behind me.
Perfect.
So yeah, we launched a couple months ago. We got about 200 active users. Uh, Probably, I think we're getting close to 1 million clicks on the web page. We HKA had allowed us to throw an ad up for their place. They got a lot of clicks from us. So did Just Blazed, Fight Wax. People that we know that have been kind enough to rock with us a little bit. War Raps. Uh, yeah, so we we don't make money off of finding people sponsors. We do have a donation button. If people get sponsors from us, it'd be cool. Kick us back something. We ain't putting no number out there, but even 10% would help. Uh, man, we geographically match. So if you are from North Carolina, let's say, and you're fighting in Vegas, we will use scraping data to find companies that are likely to sponsor you in the area you're from, where you live, where you're fighting, and then we will mass harass and email them with all of the benefits for sponsoring fighters. The tax write-off with all the information for it, and what the results are of sponsoring a fighter on social media. It's more advantageous than, say, social media marketing and paying Facebook the money, because the people who support you support what you support. They share it. You ask them to share. And then we have spelled out guidelines for things that we would like fighters to do when they get sponsors. So, yeah, we need more people to sign up, build profiles. There's a business profile section. You don't have to sponsor anybody. You just throw your business out there. You get free ad space.
Nice. Nice.
Yeah, just
Awesome.
training hard, man. I'm out here at Fort Madison Fighters Guild in Fort Madison, Iowa. If anyone's nearby and wants to train, we're out here. And we got guys going out to Mohegan Sun on January 17th. Ashton No Chance Caniglia, who got his eye poked 4 times and got the DQ win at the last Mohegan Sun. He's fighting again. And then we got Juan Figueroa. CNC Management is the management company I work with, and they got a couple more guys on the card. I can't remember their names off the top of my head, but definitely going to be worth watching.
For sure. For sure. And when is that coming up?
January 17th.
Oh, okay. So that's like a
Yeah,
week away. It's like
couple
a week
weeks.
away.
Yeah.
Awesome. Cool. All right. Where do you want people to follow you on
Okay,
social?
perfect. I don't do too much on TikTok. I got a couple popping videos on there, but it's the guy on the couch. And then I got Tough Guy Tuesday on Instagram, what I'm on here now.
Yep.
And then on Facebook, it's Randy Wells Jr., RAYNE D Wells Jr., and on Facebook, obviously. But yeah, go give me a follow. I do the most stuff on Facebook. It's because I'm old, but I go to a lot of groups and do a lot of stuff on there. So
I get
sponsorfighters.com. Get your sign up on there, and also follow us on Fight Wax. Fight Wax's website hasn't launched yet, but Fight Wax on Facebook, Fight Wax on Instagram.
Okay. Awesome. Awesome. I will make sure to put those links in the description. And
That was a lot of links.
yeah, it's a lot of links. So send them to me. Would make it
I
way
will. I
easier.
got you.
But awesome. So thank you for joining me today, and we'll definitely get you on another episode. And yeah, so
Yeah.
enjoy the rest of your day. And
Great talk, man. Thanks for having me.
yeah, thanks for coming on. Rain Wells. Awesome.
Later on.
Thank you. Bye.
Skins under fire, life throwing the heat. Fight wax steps in naturally. 100% clean, no chemicals creep. Fight wax, protect. Fight wax, restore. Built for the battle you face. Fight wax. Elevate skin, win the war. Fight wax, your natural shield on the day. Feel the roar. Fight wax, protect. Fight wax, restore. Built for the battle you face. Fight wax. Fight wax, protect. Fight wax, restore. Built for the battle you face. Fight wax. Fight wax, protect. Fight wax, restore. Built for the battle you face. Fight wax. Fight wax, protect. Fight wax, restore. Built for the battle you face. Fight wax.
Why is my brain still humming? No time, if I lose this, I'm done. Where's the booth? Move! Yeah. I'm like, please, any beat, just go. Dream left a melody that won't let go. Coma dream visions got my thoughts in a choke. Now I'm sprinting to the mic like I'm chasing a joke. I'm like, please, don't you fade on me. Universe talking in a strange degree. I've been trapped in my head for eternity, but the dream said, coach, let the real you free. Laid out, staring at the ceiling of a tent. Mind bent, ego spent, third eye paid rent. Saw myself fighting myself in a wild event, arguing over what coach really represents. Coma dreams had me meet my inner critic. Dude, petty as hell, low-key analytic. Call my whole persona basically a gimmick, then shrug like fine, at least you still win it. Then boom, the dream hit like a cheat code drop. Heard a rhythm in my chest that would not stop. Woke up sprinting through the dirt with a half-formed thought, trying to catch inspiration for the whole thing. Rots bust through the studio, flap like a frantic raccoon. Voice cracking like puberty hitting too soon. Engineer startled, I'm like, yo, hit it, we ain't got room. Then yell the line exactly like in the show. Hey, record right now, please go. Where'd he be? Go! Go! I'm like, please, any beat, just go. Dream left a melody that won't let go. Coma dream visions got my thoughts in a choke. Now I'm spitting in the booth, yelling it's a joke. I'm like, please, don't you fade on me. I've been trying to find a line between fear and free. Thought spirals trying to steal my identity, but the dream said, coach, rewrite your memory. It's a joke how I dodge my potential like smoke. Skipping open doors till the hinges broke. It's a joke how I choke when the moment invokes. Then the dream hit different like, bro, you woke. It's a joke. It's a joke. I've been drowning in doubt like a carnival dunk tank. Saying trust me when my trust blank. Trying to paint perfect, same brush, same paint. But perfection ain't real, that's a lie we inflate, All my fears lined up in the dream like a rose. Talking trash like he's not coming back. Do the most and the punchline dropped like a heavenly ghost. The only thing blocking me was me being the host. So I snapped, let the bars drip raw, unplanned. No ego in the booth, trying to micro me and man. Heart finally speaking, took the job in hand. I became who I've been trying to brand. It's a joke. Double time, flow, look, overthink, overbuild, overanalyze. Turning every little fear into oversized. Brain sprinting through a million different alibis. Till the dream slap back like minimize. Ego talk big, but it paralyzed. Had me looping every doubt like it's televised. But the moment that I realized all the lies vaporized. Now the real me re-energized. Coma dreams show me who I never recognized. Why sabotage, why strategize. Why chase validation like a prize. And why the best damn bars come improvised. So now I ain't holding back, I ain't scrolling back. I ain't trying to keep my soul intact. I just wrote the track with a holy smack. Dream tapped in like bro, wait. So now move, not with fear, not force routines, but trust in the heart of what the vision means. No analyzing every crack behind the scenes. I just build, I just breathe, I just make coma dreams. Breathe in, breathe out. Talking to myself like I'm mindfulness sad, but it works though. Every time I relax, I unwrap a new spark, spark, a new part of my heart that was trapped in the dark, dark, dark. I'm like, please, chord any beat, just go. It's a joke. I'm like, please, chord any beat, just go. It's a joke. I'm like, please, it's a joke. It's a joke. I'm like, please, it's a joke. It's a joke. Dream gave a message only I could know. Ego tried to block, but it moved too slow, so I let myself fall in the creative flow. I'm like, it's a joke. It's a joke. Thoughts turn clearer when you stop the plea. If the dream was a joke, then the punchline's key. I had the whole damn song inside of me. It's a joke. It's a joke. That moment, that script, that line. It's a joke. It's a joke. It's a joke.